Hey, I am Mustafa Sharif, and thank you for listening or watching Urbanistica podcast slash talks. This is going to be a great episode. We're going to talk about circular consumption. We're going to talk about the White Monday. I have all the pleasure to welcome my guest from the Swedish Association of Responsible Consumption, Alexandra Davidsson. Welcome to Urbanistica podcast.
Thank you so much. I'm really, really happy to join this podcast.
How are you doing, Alexandra?
Uh, I'm I'm well. Yeah, I'm really well. There are very strange times now with the coronavirus, of course, but I'm doing good and cross my fingers it will continue that way.
Yes, hopefully. I see everyone is home now and you have very beautiful place, greenery all around the place behind you.
Yes, I'm a crazy plant lady.
It's very visible, Alexandra.
Thank you. Actually, this one right here.
Yeah.
That one is 30 years old. I don't know what it's called in English, but I inherited it from my grandmother, and I'm really, really, really proud about it.
Wow. Then I guess you're so careful with it, right?
Yes, but the other day I broke I
No.
broke it off a bit, and then I put this piece, in a vase. I'm like, oh my god.
Well, yeah, I think that's how we should take care of our planet as well, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I totally agree.
Yes. Alexandra, you have a great story to tell today. But first, tell us your story. Who is Alexandra Davidson?
Who is Alexandra Davidson? That's an interesting question. It's always hard to answer that, but I'm a 29-year-old woman living in Stockholm. I work as the Secretary General for the Swedish Association for Responsible Consumption. I have a dog. I love my friends. I love plants, and yeah, I don't know. I'm an eternal optimist, and I'm very ambitious.
And what are you passionate about?
I'm very passionate about circular consumption, of course, but also communication and PR and also creative stuff like popping ideas for campaigns. And uh, I'm really passionate about this. Sounds like a total cliche, I know, but to make like a positive change, like a positive contribution here on Earth. Yeah.
Well, that's great. We need more people like you. But tell me, how did it start from the beginning? Like when you were young, what did you study? Where did you work before you end up?
I started working when I was 14. Like I'm in a restaurant and a hotel. I grew up part of my life at a farm, actually, in Sweden's smallest town. That's not where I'm from. And then I moved home uh, when I was really young. I was about to turn 16, and I studied an international education, and then I continued that in my bachelor and my master's. I have a bachelor in international politics and economics with a minor in economy and then a master in global studies. Um, but how did I end up here? Like when I was when I was younger, I said I'm gonna be the next foreign minister of Sweden, like a minister of secretary of international. How do you say that? You get me. And then my mentor in upper secondary school, she told me, yeah, maybe you should become a diplomat then. And I'm like, yeah, maybe I should. And then she said, like, yeah, an internship at the United Nations headquarters in New York is a good way to go. So for 7 years, I aimed for that goal. And then in 2013 and 14, I got an internship at the United
Wow,
Nations
wow,
headquarters in New
that's
York.
crazy. That's crazy, Alexandra.
Yeah. They took like I told you in the beginning, I'm ambitious. So if I have a goal, I make sure to reach it. And I did this fellowship in Rome at the WFP program. And then I came back home to Sweden and then I landed this job, like this dream job. It doesn't even feel like a job.
Wow, that's amazing. I can see the energy in your eyes when you're talking about this.
Yeah.
It's really cool to see people in love with their job. But as you say, it's not a job really. It's more than
Mm.
a joyful moments to spend in life.
Yes, exactly. Like I pinch my arm almost every day, like that I get to do this because it's so aligned with what I resonate with in my heart and in my core, you know?
Yeah,
But yeah, sustainability has like grown upon me during the years. Uh, like I made a huge transformation the past 10 years or so.
yeah, that's great. And how long have you been working in the association?
For almost 4.5 years now.
Cool. So a kind of senior, or you are? What do you have?
Yeah.
You have 10 years of?
Oh, no, no. I don't have 10 years experience of sustainability. No, not working experience, but
Yeah.
I had my first like I had my first leadership job when I was 22 at the municipality in Uddevalla,
Wow.
and that's I don't know when you count as a senior.
Yeah, it's different in each fields, like 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Well, anyway, it's more about the impact you made as a junior or senior. It's
Yeah,
impact, the action who counts, which counts.
yeah, totally agree.
Yes. Well, great. How would you like to start? Would you like to start from the White Monday or from the circular consumption?
I don't know. You choose.
Let's go for the White Monday. It's a very catchy name. I'm interested in.
Yeah. So White Monday is a circular campaign. It started in 2017, and the founder is Henning Gillberg. He also owns a company, Repamera. It's like a clothing repair company. So I cannot take the honor for funding this amazing campaign, but I organized it together with my team at Responsible Consumption and Henning and other people as well. Yeah.
And whose idea was it from the beginning?
Henning's idea.
Henning Hansen.
So in 2017, he sat with his colleague and they played a little game. Like they played the opposite game of Black Friday because we cannot continue to consume as much as we do in the way we do. Like it's harmful, um, and we need to take care of the stuff we have. So he played the opposite game, with yin and yang, the
Yes.
simple
Yeah. Yeah.
and wonder. And in the middle of yin and yang, there's Tao or Dao. I cannot remember. And so they were playing around like, what's the total opposite of Black Friday?
Yes.
Okay, the opposite of Black Friday is built on pretty much linear consumption, like
Mm.
new stuff on sale, basically. Um, and the opposite of linear consumption is circular consumption. The opposite of black is
Is
white.
white.
The
Yes.
opposite of Friday is, yeah, Monday. So hence the name White Monday for this campaign. And yeah, I'm just gonna go on and on. You have to explain
Yes.
here.
No, I think I will never stop you because this is very interesting story. And so they got the idea and together you started this campaign. Is it only in Sweden or was it international?
No, so in 2017 it was only in Sweden. Our organization were spokespersons for the Buy Nothing Day in Sweden, and then like the White Monday was born 2 weeks before Black Friday in Sweden in 2017, and they managed to um, get 30 bodies, like companies, organizations, or influencers supporting the campaign.
Yeah.
And the campaign hashtag was exposed to uh, 6 million times. And I saw this campaign, and I'm like, oh my god, this is the solution for Black Friday's overconsumption. We have to be in this. It's a really good campaign. I told you I'm very passionate about PR and communication. So I called Henning up, and we had a meeting, and I was like, hey, we should organize this together with you. You have a company, we have an organization, we're really good at PR. It will be huge. And he's like, yeah, yeah, sit both. Like sit down, and I'm like, okay, okay. But then actually, a few months later, he called me and he said, hey, Alexandra, I need your help. And I'm like, great.
Whoa.
And then in 2018, it spread from 30 buddies to over 160 buddies. And
Wow.
the campaign hashtag was exposed over 25 million times. There was like thousands of shares, thousands of articles, and it spread even to Finland. Finland was the first country to pick it up, even though we didn't like strive for it. So
Okay.
it was a huge success in 2018. And then afterwards, we were sitting planning 2019. And I was like, we have to keep the momentum here. We have to keep the PR value for this campaign. So and Henning said, yeah. So maybe we should spread it to the Nordic. And I'm like, no, let's go global.
All in, all in. Let's do it all in.
Yeah, let's do it all in. So the results for 2019 was it spread to 23 countries with over 550 buddies, and the what we could measure was that the campaign hashtag was exposed over 74 million times.
Wow, wow, wow. That's crazy number.
Yeah, I cannot grasp it. That's how crazy it is.
Yes. Well done, really.
Thank you. I like and what we need to remember here is like White Monday is a campaign built on a participatory model. So it's not thanks to me nor Henning. It's thanks to all of us who work with the campaign, all the organizations, influencers, and companies supporting the White Monday campaign. It's thanks to like all of us that it spread so worldwide because um yeah,
Yeah.
now that
I can imagine the big work behind it because the numbers are increasing in a crazy way every year. So how many are you like working from the from let's say from the Swedish association?
Mhm.
How big is the team and how do you manage the work?
We are a really small team. It's me and the communication manager, Jonna. She's responsible of the social media. And then we have some volunteers and also the board helping out. But a pretty small team from 2 to 10 people, I'll say. Uh, but then there's Henning as well. But then we have like these very motivated people who wants to help out a little bit more. Like we've had some help with the PR work from Kir's Communication. We had some help with the a new website and the graphics, and also when we have conferences or kickoff, then we have some help from um, what do you call it? Not a room. What do you call a big room where you hold where you
The venue?
yeah,
Like
like a venue.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it goes on and on. So like we're many people in the team, I'll say. And even if like the companies or influencers are not like in the team, they're the key to the success. And then we also have like initiators all around the world who is responsible of initiating the campaign in their country, because there's no way that we can do it all from Sweden. Like it's
Yeah.
participatory model.
Yeah, it's very great. I see. I guess because the approach is very valuable, so everyone just want to be part of this
Mm,
story.
I hope so.
Yeah, and what's the plan for the next for this year, 2020?
Me and Henning are actually going to meet next week, probably digitally now, to
Yes.
plan for 2020. But uh, I, yeah, I think I can share this. The plan, the plan is like the organization I'm working for. We've been charged of the PR, for instance. But this year we might be heading in the direction like we'll let the PR loose, like we'll let everything loose.
Mm,
We give the frames, and then people, creative people all around the world, could just take this within the frames, of course, and then do their own thing about it. Like to join the campaign, you don't have to communicate about it in a specific way. You can communicate. The only rules for joining is one, you have to say no to Black Friday.
Okay.
You have to share a post with the hashtag White Monday on social media on White Monday. This year is the 23rd of November, I think, the Monday before Black Friday. And then number three, if you want to put up a circular offer on the website, then it has to be 100% circular. But anyone can support the campaign and anyone can join. Like, but you have to follow these three rules.
Israel. So it's open for everyone. Every single person on this planet could be part of this.
Yes, and every single company and every single organization. The only thing you have to do, you have to say no to Black Friday. Don't do anything under the banner Black Friday. Black Friday is like White Monday is the solution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really great. But tell me, so it's not only addressed to the individuals and the societies, even for the organization, company, for the like stores, markets.
Hmm. Yeah, but it's created for the consumer.
Yeah.
You and I are consumers, or maybe circulants, but
Yes.
we're gonna talk about that. But we live our everyday life. We hear in the news for the past 2.5 years, or maybe longer, that we have to change the way we consume. We have to change the way that we live for for a sustainable future, basically. But it's so easy, to buy and shop the same way you've always done, and you have to change, but maybe you don't have the time to answer the question how you can change. So White Monday is publishing, circular deals and circular offers on White Monday, so you can still buy the things you need on White Monday with a good conscience, basically. So it's created for individuals in that sense, but it's also turning into this huge movement. I mean, the IKEA group in Sweden supported White Monday now in 2019, and that's a huge step, I'd say. They also have this goal and vision to be circular in the future.
Yes. That's amazing. But Alexandra, tell me now, what do you mean literally by a circular consumption?
What do I literally mean? No, but circular consumption is a way to consume that's not contributing to waste. It's like you can share, you can rent, you can upcycle, recycle, you can repair your stuff, or you can buy stuff that it's made of 100% circular, no, recyclable materials. Do you know that, like, last year in the Nordic Gap report, do you know, if you would guess, how many percent of everything that's produced, how many percent do you think is made out of circular um, resources, materials?
Okay, that's tough. 30%?
Only nine, actually.
Okay, that's really sad.
Yeah, that's really sad. But the positive aspect of that is, like, there's this huge possibility here to create to change the numbers, but also to create growth and profit, of course, by oh, there's this Swedish word for, I showed with my fingers to, I, what what is the English word here, to change the way you do business into
Yeah,
a circular one.
yeah. But so, because when I'm reading in the newspaper or listening, there's a lot of talks about linear economy or consumption, and then a shared
Yeah.
economy or consumption, and then a circular. What's the difference between the shared one and the circular one? Or are they the same?
No, they're not the same, but they're part of each other. I'd say a shared economy is like you share stuff. Like, I'm not 100% sure about the 100% accurate description here, but
Yeah.
but like, I'd say circular consumption and economy is broader, because circular consumption, it's not only sharing or renting, it's also buying stuff from 100% recycled materials. Do you see what I mean? They're part of
Yeah,
it,
exactly.
but
Yeah.
it's broader. I'd say.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And how do you see, are people open to circular economy? Do you have like any statistic, or how do you see the different companies producing different products? Are we willing to step in circular consumption?
I really think we am. Like this Nordic Gap report that I was talking about earlier shows that like the millennials, the younger generation, for instance, they're have a higher demand for circular and digital options. I call this generation for the no bullshit generation, and that's
Wow.
uh, the future consumers or circular. Like they they're the ones who will set the demands in a way, so the companies have to adapt. And I really think, especially now, like with corona and everything, like the whole society in a way shuts down and stops, and it's a way for us all to go inside and think about like what type of society do I want? What type of what type of future do I want for this earth? Like, and so yes, my long answer is yes. I think we're ready for um, a circular future
Yeah,
and society.
I totally agree with you. Especially, I love the name you gave to the generation, that no bullshit generation, because for me, I live in Stockholm, and every Friday I go for Friday for Future with the kids, with the Greta and the
Mhm.
others. And when I see them, I be like, okay, they're no kidding with these kids, you know? Like you cannot just play around. No, the truth is the truth, and they know this is the beautiful thing about this, the new generation. They know everything, and they know which way is the sustainable way.
Yeah, no bullshit. There's no greenwashing, no pink washing. Like you can't do it. You need to be transparent. You need to be willing to make the change, and you need to be able to answer the questions and the demands that they have.
Yeah,
And and I think it's not only like the younger generation, the no bullshit generation. I think it's I think it's in all of us, and I think it will spread more and more and more. We've seen this change. I mean, I remember 4 years ago when I was standing like sitting in the TV in the morning sofa speaking about, yeah, for this Black Friday, don't buy anything. Like join the buy nothing day, and I was a little bit, you know, people were not really ready for that message always. I was a little weird, you know. Looking
yeah,
at
and yeah, yeah.
and now, like during these years, ever since the IPCC report, I'd say there's been this massive change, and also with the Greta and the Fridays for Future, like it's all happening so fast right now.
Yes, but until this generation grows up and take over the now generation, do you think that the adults are also already in the circular consumption, or in between?
No, they're not already there. A few of us are, but I think many is in the middle. People are asking themselves questions before they buy stuff, but then a huge part of the society is not there. They're in like uh, the same way or routine road that they've been for a while, but I'm I think it's I think it's gonna be really interesting to see, like when we see the effects, for instance, on the environment now with Corona, for instance. Like I think it's gonna be really interesting to see like what changes would this lead to, because there's this meme going around, online. Like I don't know it 100%, but it's like they told us that we cannot just shut down everything uh, in the society to protect the climate. And then Mother Earth is like replying, "Here's the virus. Practice."
That's really it's really funny, you know. But
Yes.
do you think now the coronavirus is a sign for all the people on this planet? Okay, wake up, reflect about your lifestyle. And do you think after the corona, when it's gone, we gonna change, or are we gonna continue with the same lifestyle and just consume and produce?
No, I think like an outcome of the coronavirus is just exactly what you said. Like the positive aspect I can see from it is like that we all can go inside and like ask ourselves what are we doing. And I am a true believer and I'm a true like optimist. So I do believe we're gonna see a massive change. And I'm hoping for that and I'm striving for that. But like it all depends. Like are we gonna start to act from our hearts? Like where because while the mind thinks, the heart knows. Like if we ground our decisions, our logical decisions in our heart, then we can and truly start to act from that moral aspect. Then I really do think that we're going to see a positive change. But
Yeah,
there are negative sides, of course, from this, with the businesses and entrepreneurs, of course. But some changes are very painful, but they're also maybe necessary, right?
yeah, yeah. That's very inspiring. And also, I can speak about myself. Like already now, the corona is not gone yet, but I already start to reflect about, okay, the people I meet, the lifestyle, the food, already now. Even if I did it before, but now it's more serious. And I
More
believe also
close.
after the corona, everyone is okay. It's serious. We need to take care. We need to reflect about our beliefs, lifestyle, people we meet, food we eat, the way we consume.
Mhm.
So yeah, the output of Corona, and not only the death and all the sad story, but also there is some positive things, and let's hope for the good time.
Yeah, I truly hope. I truly hope for that, and I can also see it, because I have a quote that I usually say like. I have to think positive. I have to see the silver lining. Like that's just the type of person I am. But I usually say like, why follow the stream when we can start the wave?
Wow.
You know?
Okay. Yes, yes, this is very deep. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's great quote. I need to take it
Yeah,
and
do it.
reflect about it. Yeah, it's really great. Talking about quotes and words, you you officially you have circular, the Swedish word.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Big fan, yes.
Yeah. Tell me more about it.
So we last summer we came up with this word like a true sustainable consumer is a circulant, circulant in Swedish. It goes in English too, a circulant. Like, and that's and that we officially launched it now just in the outbreak of Corona. Because on March 15th, it was the International Consumers Day, and this year's topic was the sustainable consumer. And then we said, like, no, a consumer is outdated, circulant is the future. But of course, to be a circulant, to rent, to repair, to upcycle, to share, to buy recycled stuff is of course a part of the cake of being a consumer. But we do believe like this is the future.
Yeah. But when you talk about circulant, you all focus on the consumer. How about the producer? Are you like addressing something to them, or no? Your focus is all into the consumer.
Like in the organization where I work, it's a consumer based organization, but of course, like we give tips and advices, we hold lectures and workshops for the producers. Like, this is what the consumers and the future circulants wants. This is how you can make the change to more circular business models. And we also give tips and advices like this company or this organization can help you more. There's we've also like the organization are members and bigger cooperations between uh, stakeholders for making the change. But our like public or official way of communicating is to the consumer because yeah,
That's yeah, that's fantastic. So if I understand you correctly, you're helping as well the producer in case they ask you to
yeah,
okay, you with your expertise, what's the does the consumer want, and how do we make our model or our production line more sustainable and more circular?
exactly. Like for instance, now in May, we're going maybe perhaps to Moscow for the Russian network of the UN Global Compact to speak exactly about this, or we will probably take it digitally now, but
Yeah,
that's what we do. Well,
that's great. Well, tell me more, like what are the challenges or the disadvantages with the circular consumption? Is there any like
yeah, yeah, of course. Uh, like like studies have shown, and not all is talking about it, but like eventually all circular stuff will become waste. That's an aspect that we need to keep in mind. But what do we do with that waste? And also, a lot of circular options or circular consumption is also digital. But another aspect of the digital is like it demands a lot of energy for
yeah,
the storage, for instance. So there are challenges and backsides here, but it's the better alternative still compared to linear consumption, compared to the let's just shop and throw it, shop and throw it kind of living. I don't know. So there are not so positive aspects as well. But if we talk about it, if we address it, then these ideas and these creative solutions will also come up, I think.
yeah, yeah. What are the biggest challenges for you? Like you're working to promote the circular consumption. What do you see the biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge for promote circular consumption, like this is a challenge for the organization, but it's also, um, a reason for hope, because there are a lot of us, a lot of organizations and influencers and companies speaking about this now. So challenge for us is like to reach out, with our
Yeah,
message, because if we look at the global goals, the number 17 is built on partnerships. We have to start viewing each other as co creators and not concurrents. Basically, if we, as we do in White Monday, work together, or the launch of the word Circlant, if we do it together, then we reach out massively. But if
yeah,
everyone is trying to do it for themselves, then
yeah,
the chance of that is not as high.
yeah. The I guess in many businesses or many campaigns about the co-collaboration, and because the message is for all the planet and you just want to do it by your own, you're never gonna
Yeah,
succeed
that's
with
the old
that,
way.
you know.
Yeah, that's the old way. I'd say.
But so tell me, do you have like a potential list of partners that you wanted to co-collaborate with them?
Yeah, yeah, of course. We have that. Do you mean for the organization or for
Yes, like in general, like if you want to, if you're aiming to the private sector, to the private sector, or to influencer, or to the like municipalities, governments.
like right now? Like we aim. This is my biggest, my biggest flaw. Actually, I'm not the right person to ask this because, at the board we're talking about that we have to pick a target group, and I'm like, everybody is a target group. That's a reasonable target group, and they're like,
Alexandra Davidsson, either take it all or not.
and they're like, no, we have to choose. And I'm like, okay, I need to kill my darlings. Let's see. But right now, we were actually a really small organization. Like we don't have a lot of economic muscles. Like we are doing a lot, but we don't really have the funds to do more. And we have started this wave, and we have to surf on it. And for that, we need to expand. We need to grow. And one thing that we do is selling workshops and lectures for companies, municipalities, the public, and that sort of stuff. But now with the corona and everything happening, we're challenged there. We're like, oh shit, what are we gonna do? you
Yeah,
know, we also have to we also have to change. But that's our biggest challenge right now. Like, how are we going to survive this? We need to work more with donors, for instance. If you'd like to support the organization, please do. I want to keep
yeah,
my job. I want to keep on making a change.
yeah.
You know.
Of course, I believe there are many actors outside that looking forward to collaborate with your association and move toward the sustainable, the real sustainability, the real sustainable planet. Not only by, now it's everyone showing the beautiful colors of this SDGs, but not really working to achieve them. But I believe now people are more serious.
Yeah, people are going to be more as the no bullshit generation, like
Yeah.
see it through, basically, feel what they resonate with and what they don't resonate with. I
Mm,
think. Yeah.
yeah. Well, Alexandra, you're informing and promoting circular consumption, and this affect the city in the large scale.
Mhm.
Well, if I ask you what is a smart city for you?
That's a really, really good question. Like, what is a smart city? My my first response to that is like, I don't know. I have no idea. But then I think a little bit more about it, and I'm like, maybe it's a city that promote not promotes, but maybe have the infrastructure for more circular consumption and a more local based society, and the locals demands for that city rather than a global one. And the global perspective is of course really, really prominent and important. But a smart city is a city who makes this future where we need to head, the future of where we all live within the boundaries of one earth. That's a smart city.
Yeah, so for you, it's about the infrastructure that support the local production and consumption, right?
Yes, but also, the digital one for the global consumption as well. But the smart city is one that provides the infrastructure for a sustainable future.
Yeah, great. And do you think now we are living in a kind of smart city if we talk about Stockholm?
Mhm. Yeah, a kind of smart city, I'd say. It's a good city for growth and popping ideas and solutions, I'd say. But we're not fully there yet. But I think that it could be like a city in the future, um, which is a maybe an inspiration, perhaps,
Yeah,
uh, because we're 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 very open for collaborations and trading ideas and finding solutions in creative ways. So yeah, we're not there, but maybe kind of ish.
yeah.
You
Yeah, I also, because I'm working with city planning and I work in Stockholm, and I see there are many actors that are willing to experiment new things, different models, but then they are they don't have the mood to continue. And this is, I think, the challenge that someone needs to really do it, and we cannot just keep workshopping
know?
and developing theoretical models. We need like really to go for it, and it cannot be done just by the municipality. Like it should be different
Mhm.
actors to go for this.
Mhm.
But I believe in the future, I believe that it's gonna be similar to the smart city you describe, but it's a bit difficult because of the weather and infrastructure. But hopefully yes, with a new generation and with the super seniors, because that time we're gonna be seniors, right?
Yeah, that then we will be seniors.
That's fantastic.
Mhm.
Well, Alexander, what is the next step for you, both as a person and also for the association?
Okay, for the association, it's like growth, like building the ways to ride on this, to surf on this wave, basically. To and that's like that's a real challenge. Like I, as a leader, I have to find the ways for this with together with the board and my team. But that's what we have to do. We have to survive and we have to grow. And we also want to continue to make White Monday, even bigger for 2020. And we also want the word circulant to be part of the Swedish dictionary. That's
Wow.
where we go. So we have big goals and smaller goals, of course.
But tell me about the on the Swedish dictionary. Do you need to apply for something, or how is it going to be? What's the process?
The key is for people to use it. So please
Ah,
start using the word circulant, like use the hashtag or not, but just start using it. Like if you think it's a good word, then communicate about it.
it's a beautiful word. I will. You know what? The name of this episode is gonna be circular.
Aw, I love it.
We
I
push for it. Yeah. What's the next step for Alexandra as a person?
The next step for me as a person, mm, it's hard for me to divide from my private life and my work life, um, and because what I do doesn't feel like a work. But for me, I would like to become the leader that the organization needs for making this growth. And as on a personal level, I want to continue to live in a more circular and sustainable way because I'm not perfect. Like I'm not 100% there myself, and I want to continue learn and continue making the changes in my everyday life. Like for instance, my project right now is deodorant. I'm This weekend I'm gonna create my own deodorant
Okay.
without any harmful substances in it. Um,
Interesting.
yeah.
Cool. And tell me, how do we follow the campaign on the social media and
Mm. You can follow the campaign on Instagram, like White Monday 2020, or hashtag Circulant or hashtag White Monday. You can go follow us on our Instagram, medvetenkonsumtion.se. And yeah, or our website. Like we're pretty much everywhere. Not so much on Twitter though.
yeah, yeah, great. And on these platforms, if some actor wants to collaborate with you, it's just easy to write you, and that's it, right?
Yes, of course. And also there we have this. If you're interested in White Monday, then go into whitemonday.info. There you can sign up to join as a buddy, and you can find the answers to pretty much all of your questions.
Yes, that's amazing. Well, Alexander, it was a really great episode. So much inspiration, interesting talk. Now you have like the last two questions,
Yeah.
which might feels big. So the first one is, if you summarize what we talk about and your thoughts in three takeaway messages, what are these takeaways?
Mhm. Why follow the stream when we can create the wave of a circular and sustainable future? Use the word and spread the word circulant. Join us for making the spread of White Monday. And I also like to thank you. Like this is my second podcast interview, I think, and like I cannot understand how fast the time goes. Like they're really thoughtful and interesting questions that really brings out this energy within me. So I'd like to thank you for inviting me and for making such a good interview.
Well, thank you so much, Alexander. I was really happy when to be honest, before I didn't really know about you, but when I read the Circulent,
Excellent, yeah.
yes. So I was like, oh my God. Oh, what is this magic? So I went and it was on LinkedIn. And then I saw your name. I'd be like, okay, this person I need to talk to because this person is a leader, a great leader. And thank you so much. Like during all the process, I just wrote to you and you were so positive. I was really happy from the first moment I texted you. And now we can really see that there's a lot of energy and we just continue with it, hopefully after the podcast as well.
Yeah, yeah, I truly hope so. The following your work is really, really encouraging, I must say.
Thank you so much. But for this work need to be more work done. I need three hashtags from you to tag this.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
I cannot do everything like the material, the production, the editing of the sound, and so on. So someone needs to help me. So now the stage is yours. Three hashtags, Alexandra.
Okay. Hashtag Alexandra Davidsson. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. You should use hashtag circulant, hashtag White Monday, and hashtag responsible consumption.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Alexandra, one more time.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for listening or watching Urbanistica podcast slash talks. Don't forget to follow the different accounts we mentioned during this episode and also follow the Urbanistica podcast on Instagram, LinkedIn, and the different podcast platforms. Have a good time. I am Mustafa Sharif. Thank you for listening or watching Urbanistica podcast slash talks.